Alrighty, and thank you for meeting with me. First off, I wanted to jump into the Orchard Mesa Pool since that's what we're here talking about.
You're not wearing a swimsuit. I would not recommend jumping into it. Get it?
Okay.
Pun. Pool pun.
So I know that we've had a lot of talks about it. You know, the boiler, you said that is being fixed right now. Is there any other information that you could give us to start off with it, if you guys have a planned end date for it closing, anything like that?
There is no planned end date to the closing.
Okay, so we did some digging ourselves, and we've got like some email chains that we have from you, the other commissioners and all that. The end date is proposed for March 30th of next year. Is that
That's not
something
true.
that's, can you speak on more about that?
There is no proposed end date for operating the pool or for closing the pool or anything like that. We are still in negotiations. The three parties have not met since our last meeting because of the holidays and because of people's vacation schedules, so we don't have any updates.
Okay, so what does sitting down with those people talking about the future for the pool, what does that look like for you guys?
What we're working on right now is working out an agreement to keep the pool open for a defined period of time.
Okay, and then looking on your guys' agenda from last week as well, I found this intergovernmental agreement that dates back to 1982 when the pool was opened between the city, the county, the district, that pretty much outlines the management operations of the pool and all that. It ended in 2010. On the city side, was there any thoughts that you could give on that?
That's incorrect. And what I would do is just refer you to our legal department, who can give you the whole history of the multiple agreements that have been in place with regards to the Orchard Mesa Pool since its inception.
Okay.
Let's talk, maybe just clarify a little bit more about you guys kind of chatting back and forth in the email chain. Just if you want to look at those.
No, we have it here.
Yeah.
We've got, I don't know if you want to see the copy or not of it, but
I was on it.
Just talking about back and forth, like we said, that 31st.
So yeah, just tell us a little bit more about how that date isn't correct or isn't set in stone yet.
There is no date at this point that the parties have agreed upon. There's not a proposed final singular date at this point. What we're working on is figuring out how to keep the pool operating for a defined period of time.
Okay. So then when we refer back to it with wrapping things up by the end of the year and thinking that you could do it by the 30th or 31st of next year, that's not in connection with the pool at all?
That's coming up with an agreement.
Okay.
Yeah,
so that's just about the
what we're
agreement
what we're hoping to have is a statement that we can issue to the public with what we have worked out among the three entities we're hoping for the end of January.
then. Okay.
So it's not the day that, there's no proposed day that a pool is closing or anything of that effect. I cannot emphasize enough that we are still talking. So we're trying to figure out what this looks like. We're trying to figure out a way to keep the pool open for a defined period of time, but we're not discussing at this point the details of it. That's why we have to still continue meeting.
All right. Is that good for you, Josh?
Yeah.
Sarah?
Do you want to speak to the fact that the emails that they're clearly going to reference those took place before the statement
Correct.
was released to City Council?
Yes, so some of the emails that you're looking at might date back to, I'm not sure exactly which one you're referring to, but we have had multiple conversations, and of course that's what negotiations are, is often moving targets, where there's one thing that's discussed and then there's a proposal or a counter proposal to that. And so these are spanning over multiple conversations, and the most recent thing that we can update you on is that we are in continued talks for continued operations for a defined period of time of that pool.